Do you ever find yourself staring at your pepper seedlings, wondering if today is the day to pot them up? Look for the signs. Roots peeking through the drainage holes, or when the seedlings have two sets of true leaves. You'll notice those leaves look different from the cotyledons, the smooth seed leaves at the bottom. Cotyledons are the plant's built-in source of nutrients that provide food to the plant for the first few weeks. Today, I'm showing you our method of potting up pepper seedlings and how I rescue every single seedling. The secret to a shock-free transplant starts long before the plant leaves the tray. I usually water a day or two before, but if the soil feels dry, a 30-minute soak is important. Always use room temperature water. Cold water from the tap can stun the roots of warm season peppers. I prefer rainwater, but if you're using tap, let it sit for a few hours to reach room temperature and let the chlorine vanish. Cold tap water is a shock to the system. To show you why this prep matters, I'm transplanting some seedlings dry. You can see the roots already hitting that cardboard wall like a dead end. That's the hidden cause of stunted growth. While those soak, let's talk about the soil mix. I use a mix of indoor potting mix, perlite, and worm castings, but my secret ingredient? A touch of Epsom salt. Peppers are magnesium junkies. It keeps the leaves a deep, vibrant green. I am not adding any liquid fertilizer today. The soil is already pre-loaded with castings. If you have multiple seedlings in one cell, don't snip the extras. Why save them all? Because none of these seedlings go to waste. The extras I save today will eventually be shared with friends. Even though peat pots are labeled as plantable, I always gently peel the walls away. Leaving them on can restrict the root ball and wick moisture away from the plant. I use a bonsai pick to gently tease the roots apart. It's a tiny rescue mission that ensures I don't lose a single plant. Before these roots hit the soil, we're giving them a lifelong partner. I'm inoculating every plant with mycorrhizal fungi. I sprinkle it directly onto the root ball during the transplant. This fungus creates a symbiotic relationship with the pepper. It essentially acts as an extension of the root system, helping the plant find water and nutrients it couldn't reach on its own. It's the best way to ensure these seedlings don't just survive the move, but thrive from day one. When potting, I bury the stem deep, right up to the cotyledons. I hold the leaves instead of the stem when transplanting. The stem is the lifeline of the seedling. When it is damaged, it cannot grow a new stem. When a leaf is ruined, the plant will grow another one. Lightly pinch the edge of a mature true leaf between your thumb and forefinger. Grabbing a mature leaf acts as a stabilizer while adding soil. Fill around the seedling until the soil is at the brim. Then lift the pot about 1 inch and drop it flat 2 or 3 times. Or give the sides of the pot a few firm slaps with your palm. You'll see the soil level sink about 1/2 inch. Top it off with a tiny bit more soil if needed, and you're done. Tapping ensures the roots are in direct contact with the dirt, which is how they eat and drink. If you feel the need to press down to even out the top, do it gently. We aren't packing a snowball here. We're just ensuring root-to-soil contact so those mycorrhizae can get to work. Now, before we move a single seedling back into the tray, we have to talk about labeling. In the heat of a transplant session, it's easy to think you'll remember which cup is which. Trust me, you won't. I label every single cup immediately. Whether you use a Sharpie directly on the cup or a garden stake, do it before you move the plant back into the tray. Once they're all green and leafy, they all look the same, and Mystery Pepper Roulette is a game you don't want to play. I use a mix of whatever I have on hand. Sometimes it's store-bought labels, but when I run out, which happens to the best of us, I improvise. I'll cut up recycled water bottles into DIY stakes. They're waterproof, they're free, and they work perfectly. Don't forget to top water immediately after transplant until it runs through. This isn't just for hydration. It helps settle the soil, eliminating the tiny air pockets that can dry out roots. It effectively seals the plant into its new environment. I arrange everything in my Sterilite trays for easy organization. Whether you use the double cup method or a container hack, it's a bit of a watering hustle. An hour later, the difference is clear. Our precision transplanted seedlings, pot removed and roots teased, is standing tall. Meanwhile, the one I planted dry is already drooping. That's transplant shock, you can see. Once transplanted, they go back into the wire rack. Every single day, I'm in here for a daily check-in. I keep my grow lights close, just 3 to 4 inches away, and a fan blowing a gentle breeze. But my favorite part is brushing my hand over the seedlings. This physical contact triggers the plant to grow thick, woody stems. Those few minutes of daily attention are what turn a good pepper into a legendary one. Fast forward 14 days under the grow lights, and the results speak for themselves. We gave them a daily workout, and they've spent the last 14 days putting all their energy into a massive root explosion. Oops, I forgot to put a hole in one of the cups. Make sure the cups you're using have drainage holes. Without them, water sits at the base. The roots can't breathe, and you'll end up with root rot. Peppers love a drink, but they hate wet feet. They need that water to pass through so oxygen can follow. I'm using those pre-drilled solo cups to set up for the double cup method later. Beside them, I'm testing the Dollar Tree 6-pot DIY self-watering container. Both are designed to eventually sit in a reservoir, but for now, those drainage holes ensure that today's top watering doesn't turn into a stagnant pool. I will discuss the details of the Dollar Tree 6-pot DIY self-watering container experiment in a future video. Thank you for watching!